Alright, I'm back in the testing facility known as Tower Heroes, and now I'm going to be testing the top 4 DPS options that you're going to use every single match. This is why Wizard is not up here. We're going to be testing them, and we're going to see who does the highest damage, and I'm going to prove to all y'all, Fracture is the highest out of these 4, okay? I have Balloon Pal here just for the extra range. Spec isn't needed just because it's just double damage, and I'm going to be testing them on the Blast Tech Brawler. The test one doesn't stun, has 1 mil, easy to calculate damage. So I'm going to be using this boss, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be speeding up the footage so that way you guys aren't sitting here and hear me ramble all goddamn day. So I'll be doing that, and we'll see out of these 4 which one's the best. And I can prove to all of y'all that Fracture's the best DPS. And yeah. Here we go. Alright, so the boss has 974k left. I wrote that down. And I'm going to let y'all keep that in mind. But I'll remind you all what the conclusion was for that later. Now we're going to be testing out Scientist. And if I've done some testing in the past, and I know for a fact that Scientist and Branch are literally so close. I think Scientist does just, like, not even... with this test, like, not even 300 more damage altogether. Alright, so, here's Scientist. Alright, so Scientist ended with 985k, 300. I have that typed down. Now we're going to be testing Branch. And like I said, if my calculations are correct, Branch should be just under Scientist. I think Branch, if anything, is just... if you want to use the splash, you can. And I guess if you just want quicker damage, that does work. So, I guess he still has some sort of use, but I don't know. You know, unless you want to deal with, unless you don't want to deal with big placement space, I guess that's what you can use. And alright. This is Branch's turn. Here we go. Yep, and like I said, it is just under Scientist, so 985,489, and that is 189 more, or 189 less, I guess, than what Scientist got. So it is super close, but I think Scientist just has that edge. Now for something I don't see all the time that I still somehow see in F tier. It's Bebo. Bebo with Balloon Pal is kind of actually disgusting. Because, if I'm correct, it's outdealing Branch and Scientist. But it doesn't outdamage Fracture, obviously. So, I'm gonna max out all of them. And if you look at the rate and damage, I mean, that's pretty fair. That's pretty fair for being inconsistent. So, only this test will tell how good he is. So, last but not least, this is Bebo's turn. Alright, so if they don't attack again, which they shouldn't, 981, 865. Okay, never mind. Never mind. They attacked a few more times, but that's the end of it. So, 981, 505. So, that is obviously going to be an RNG number. You can't really get an accurate number with that, but the point is, that's still higher than Branch, and that's higher than Scientist. So, after all that testing, what can we conclude? Well, Fracture is completely broken. So, pretty much, why is Fracture broken is a little bit of a weird thing. Alright, so if you recall the DPS numbers we had in this video, Fracture had 974, 800. We had Scientist at 985, 300. We had Branch at 985, 489. And we had Beeble at 981, 505. So, pretty much, Fracture is overpowered for a couple of reasons. So, I'm going to test level 4 real quickly for you guys. So, level 4 is a bit of a weird thing. So, basically, instead of shooting the 2 crystals that you see, he's shooting 3 essentially. Which for some reason is really good for early game. As you can see here, each one is doing 52 damage. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. And yeah, that literally is shooting 3. So, actually really good for early game for how cheap it is. Now, I don't know why I sold them, but here's the max level 1. The max level 1's a little bit even more weird. Instead of shooting the 3 you see on the back, it's shooting 5. So we're going to spawn another Aqua Soldier, 800 health, 60. So if with the 5 crystals, it should be doing 300. 4, 5, yep, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yep, that's why Fracture's pretty much broken. Nice balancing. So now, pretty much, instead of using Branch and Scientist all the time, we now have to get to use Fracture and Scientist. The meta really doesn't change now, does it? Scientist has been top tier for literally the entire game. Fracture's now even better than what he was at release. At release, he was literally the DPS king. And then he fell down into whatever hellhole they put him into. And now he came back up. I give this one a great balancing because you know they didn't test this. You know they didn't. I think one thing that the devs need to start doing is not put the patch notes on the wiki, actually show the damage changes. Because this change was on the wiki. It wasn't on, like, the actual, like, stats. Because, I mean, you can't really see Fracture's rate. His rate on level 5, by the way, it's 0.45. How do I know this? Because it literally shows it on the wiki. That is the only way I know that number. But anyways, that's gonna do it. I decided to just make this because I need to make something. It's been almost 3 weeks. And to show everybody that, yeah, Fracture's broken. Have fun abusing him before he gets nerfed. Anyway, that's all I was gonna show for this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.